In this video, we'll be talking about how to name binary covalent compounds. As you can see in the name, these are going to be binary, which means that they only contain two types of atoms, and they'll be covalent, which means that they only contain nonmetals. Binary covalent compounds are named by writing the name of each of the elements in order. So in this first case, we have carbon and hydrogen, and we're just going to change this to hydride using the IDE ending. And then we're going to add prefixes. If there's only one of the first element, we do not need a prefix. If we had more than one, we would have to have one. But in this case, since there's only one carbon, we can leave off the prefix. But we do need a prefix on the second atom, which is a hydrogen. And we're going to call that tetra, because that's the prefix for 4. Making this carbon tetrahydride, which has a common name of methane. We can also do that with our second example, nitrogen, for the first element. Once again, we don't have to have a prefix because there's only one of the first element. If there were one of the second element, we would have to put the prefix mono, but if there's only one of the first element, we don't have to worry about that. After the nitrogen, we need to name the hydride, and the prefix for 3, which is tri. So this is nitrogen trihydride, more commonly known as ammonia. Our third example, once again we see nitrogen, and we see oxygen listed second, so we'll call it oxide, and we need prefixes. We do have more than one of our first element, so we need to say that this is dinitrogen. And then for our oxygen, we need to call that trioxide because there's 3 oxygens in the formula. Our last example here, we have sulfur and fluorine, so we'll call that fluoride. There's only one sulfur, so we don't need to worry about a prefix, but we do have 6 fluorines, which means that we should call this sulfur hexafluoride, because hex is the prefix for 6.